Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Behind the Wealth. Before we start, the usual disclaimer, everything we say today, it is general advice. And if you need more details, please contact your accountant or your financial planner or call us on 0296007760 or email us at pw@silveryyoung.com.au. P as private, W as wealth at silveryyoung.com.au. Today's subject is really a subject that he came across from one of my potential clients that I had a meeting probably late March. A very beautiful young couple, mid-30s, maybe early 40s, high income professional who just being redundant, and earning more than $240,000. A wife also professional, earning about 100,000, and suddenly with the redundancy, they have a lot of cash flow sitting on the side, a beautiful house, children, cars, and private schools. And then we had a following up meeting to go through. And the following up meeting, we had one of the couple that couldn't find a job, so we're waiting for some jobs to come back from the different interviews. The other half of the family, the other partner of the family, wanted to go to own activity to do work on her own and spend a bit of more money, hoping that we get started. But it is very hard to start a business and to really progress and produce the cash flow very soon, where suddenly the income is lost. Why I'm saying this story? I'm saying this story because then we had the second interview with that potential clients. We went through a minimization and a crisis control. And to their credit, already they had thought a lot about this crisis control, to contact the bank for the repayments, to change it from interest and principal to just interest for a little while, selling some of the assets that they didn't need it to create cash flow for the next 3-4 months, lowering the bar of expectations for the wages for the high income earner of the family. The other half of the family that earned a little bit less but very steady and in demand job go back to this steady in demand job to maintain the cash flow. So suddenly after half an hour was a lot more positive, although the facts they were exactly the same. And a lot of times we go through crisis, and especially now with the interest rates going up, you can see a lot of discussion coming about interest rates, fixed rates. I had another discussion today for a gentleman who has some investments, and he wants to liquidate these investments and put these funds against his home loan. Although he can easily maintain the cash flow and he's a very good high income earner, still psychologically, he can't tolerate to have a loan paying 6-7%, and then in funds invested with a potential to bring 6-7 or 10%, and plus all the risk of losing some of these funds. So we are arranging to transfer these funds back to the property, to the mortgage, where the interest rates are expired, the fixed interest rates are finished, and go to variable. And this is part of the strategy. There is no one recipe for everyone. My point is there are a lot of options and a lot of things to do to sustain and manage a crisis. Incomes that have people and they are in 55 area of age and beyond, they can use the superannuation contributions to minimize some of the tax and pump up the retirement funds in a very nice, legitimate, and tax-effective way. There are, of course, the offset accounts managing a crisis for extra cash flow for mortgages and investment properties. And of course, don't forget your income protection, life insurance, trauma and TPDs. This covers that protects your lifestyle. A lot of people, they tended first thing to cancel this stuff, but they don't cancel the second and the third car they have. So there is no logic for you to cancel for someone, not you, for someone to cancel $2,000 or $3,000 premium and have a car which spends $5,000 or $6,000, and they want to save money when they can go buy two cars instead of three cars. Of course, every family is different, and every situation is different, and that's what you have to talk to your accountant and to your financial planner to address it. But when you plan before time, before the issue comes apparent and significant, you have a time to make choices, and you have the time to plan what choices you're going to take. By having a conversation with someone like us, your financial planner, your accountant, we'll bounce back ideas. We'll explore some ideas. We'll do an open-end question to see if it is worth it for that. I mean, the conversation that I had early this morning with a gentleman that he wanted to transfer the investments back to his mortgage, he made a comment, and that after that comment, the conversation closed. And the comment was, yes, I understand financially is very important, but I really want not to pay interest on my mortgage. Although for that particular situation is not significant, the interest he paid, but for him, it is significant emotionally. So after he said that, we said, okay, that's fine. We can switch back to the mortgage, put all the money back to the mortgage, and start again a year, 2 years later when the interest rates are stabilized and you paid most of your home loan, and we review the situation. I think this is a lot more smart and prompt to action decisions and thought, instead of procrastinating and make any decisions, and then we have the crisis in our footstep, and we don't have time to react. The other point I want to make is that a lot of times we have bombarded with negative views and negative information. And I say this again and again. Don't expect the media to tell you something positive. Don't expect the media to tell you something of value. Good news don't sell. It's always a crisis. It's always a disaster. It's always the disasters around the corner. It's always an opinion of suppose an expert said this, and this expert probably when you go and look at what he says nothing what is the title of the YouTube or the title of the document they claim that he said, or it is out of context what they claim it said. It just is a catch phrases that they catch attention, and then for us, because we are very limited attention span we have by viewing this, we just catch this negative impact of this title of the YouTube or the Instagram or whatever it is, the social media, and then we take it as a given, which is not. I'll give you an example. The property is supposed to crash a year ago, but still not crashing. Maybe crash tomorrow. I'm not a guru, and I don't want to pretend that I can predict the property market. But all these people are wrong for a year, and people made decisions on that a year ago based on that, and still is not a crash. Yes, there is a bit of give back from an extremely high level of growth, which is very natural. If you just study a little bit of economics, not economics, you just study life, and you just see life, you know that there is up and down a little bit, but there is no a crash as yet. And it could be tomorrow, and you have to make sure you're ready for that, and be cover your back in case this has happened. And how you do that? You do that by make sure your cash flow is correct, make sure that your lifestyle is protected, Make sure that you have diversified income and don't rely in just one sort of income. Say you work, your wife works, you have a bit money on the side for a rainy day, you have a bit extra assets on the side to sell if something happens. And of course, you take advice, you then internalize this advice, you understand this advice, and you evaluate this advice, and then you implement it. Because if you don't do all this, then you really don't do your homework and you don't do what you're supposed to do. Because everything advice given to you and everything you want to make a decision, you still need to be comfortable with that decision that you're taking. And closing back for the two examples I had, the early couple that they struggling a little bit for the cash flow and they took the correct actions. This is a perfect example of crisis management. They are not in crisis yet. Nobody knows they are a bit struggling. Still the cars are there. Still the kids go to the private schools. Still everyone is all right, but they're already ready to manage the crisis by selling the car, by doing this, by talking to the bank, by reducing the cost, by canceling subscriptions. They're already in the front step, ready to attack the crisis before it even comes. And of course, the other example, like, hey, we need to sleep at night comfortably. It doesn't matter what everyone says. It has to be all your investment inside your crisis, your risk tolerance. So if this money is sitting somewhere else and you're aware and you're very scared about the interest rates, even if it doesn't make 100% financial sense, then we probably need to move to that what you feel comfortable and go again, especially if you're a younger age. You have a lot more time to do anything you want in the future. This is my thoughts for today. How to manage crisis, and the moral of the story: be prompt, ask questions, ask the questions with the people you value their opinions, and I have a proven record on dealing with these issues, and evaluate their opinion and then execute their opinion promptly, with their help or without their help. This is for me. Till the next time, have a good day.